Good morning, grade 4. Welcome back to your English class. Today we will be starting a new poem that is Silver by Walter de la Mare. Now before we go into the poem, I want you to close your eyes. I will be reading some situations to you and I want you to imagine and create images in your mind. So everyone, close your eyes. I hope everyone has closed your eyes. Now I want you to imagine these situations which I'm going to give you. Raja's mother was getting ready for office. I want you to imagine this. Raja's mother was getting ready for office. She picked up her bag and quickly climbed down the stairs. She picked up her bag and quickly climbed down the stairs. She rushed to the parking area and rushed to the car. She rushed to the parking area and rushed to the car. As she turned the key, the engine hacked and coughed. As she turned the key, the engine hacked and coughed. The car refused to start. Okay, the car refused to start. I hope you have made images in your mind. You may open your eyes now. Let's discuss what images we made in our mind. Okay, when I told you to make an image of Raja's mother was getting ready for office, I'm sure most of you in your mind you created an image of a lady getting ready. Okay, the lady may look like your mother or your auntie or your sister. I'm sure you created an image. You could imagine a lady dressing up, putting on her makeup, putting on her shoes, her jewelry, and getting ready for office. Okay, then when I told you she picked up her bag and quickly climbed down the stairs, I'm sure you imagined again a lady carrying a nice handbag and quickly running down the stairs. Then the lady rushed to the parking area, okay, and got inside her car. As she turned on the ignition key, the engine hacked and coughed, okay, and the car refused to start. Now the question I want to ask you is, can an engine cough? You know what's the meaning of cough? Yes, now when I do that is cough, right? So can an engine cough? Yes? No? Now an engine is a non-living thing, so it cannot cough, right? An engine is a non-living thing, so it cannot cough. But when I give a non-living thing some human qualities, now coughing is only done by human beings like you and me. So when I'm giving a non-living thing some human qualities, this is known as personification, okay? This is known as personification. I'm making the car alive, okay? I'm giving it some human qualities. Over here, the human quality is of coughing. So this technique is known as personification, okay? So today's poem deals with personification. I will explain it to you again in the later part of the video. But before that, let us go and see the poem Silver by Walter de la Mare, okay? Now, if you look at this slide, I have the poem Silver by Walter de la Mare, okay? Let's see what he says. Let's read the poem together. Slowly, silently, now the moon walks the night in her silver shoe. This way and that way she peers and sees silver fruit upon silver trees. One by one the casements catch her beams beneath the silvery thatch. Couched in his kennel like a log, with paws of silver sleeps the dog. From the shadowy coat the white breasts peep, of doves in a silver feathered sleep. A harvest mouse goes scampering by, with silver claws and a silver eye. And moveless fish in the water gleam by silver reeds in a silver stream, right? What a beautiful poem written by Walter de la Mare. Now let me explain this poem to you, okay? So over here, Walter de la Mare has personified the moon, okay? He has given it the human quality of walking. Can the moon walk? No, the moon cannot walk because it is a non-living object. But over here, Walter de la Mare has given the moon a pair of feet, okay? And he has even given it shoes. So, over here in this poem, your moon can walk, okay? So, he says, slowly and silently, okay? In the middle of the night, it's very, very quiet, okay? The moon very slowly and very silently, it starts walking, okay, in her silver shoes. Over here, the word shoon, okay, it means shoes. So this beautiful, bright moon, okay, is walking very, very silently in her silver shoes, okay? This way and that way she peers and sees. So you can imagine her, okay, looking over here and looking over there. Again, human qualities have been given of seeing. Can the moon see us? No, it doesn't have eyes. But Walter de la Mare has given the moon even a pair of eyes, so she can see you. Okay, she can see this way and she can see that way. The first thing that she sees is silver fruit upon silver trees. Now remember, the trees are not silver, but the reflection of the moon on the trees makes the trees look silver, okay? If you actually go out at night, okay, on a very bright moonlit night, you will notice that the trees look silvery in color, okay? So over here, the trees are not actually silver in color, but the reflection of the light of the moon makes the fruit and makes the trees silver, okay? It makes the trees and the fruit look silver. So the first thing the moon sees, okay, is her silver fruit and silver trees, okay? Then she says, one by one the casements catch her beams beneath the silvery thatch. So over here, casements means windows, okay? So there are houses, and as the moon is passing slowly and slowly, the windows of the houses catch the silver beams, okay? As the moon is moving slowly, her light falls on the windows, okay? Over here, casements means windows, okay? Her beams beneath the silvery thatch. Now remember, this poem was written a long time ago. That time we never had big buildings, okay? We had houses made of thatch. Thatch means grass, okay? So you can imagine in the early ages, houses that were made of thatch, that means grasses, just like the houses which you would see in your villages, okay? Maybe your grandparents' houses may have the roof made of thatch, okay, made of grass. So the beams of the moon, they pass their light, okay, on the roof of the house. That means the thatch or the grass, okay, which is used for the roof, okay? Then he says, couched in his kennel like a log, okay? So we have a kennel. Now who lives in a kennel? We all know that a dog lives in a kennel, okay? And the dog is fast asleep, okay? The dog is fast asleep, not moving, okay? Like a log. Like a log means a piece of wood, okay? A piece of wood. Now, does a piece of wood move? No, it doesn't move, right? And even when we are deep in sleep, okay? If you are deep in sleep, I'm sure that you will not be moving. If you have time, maybe you can observe your younger ones or your parents sleeping. You see, they will be sleeping just like a log. They won't be moving, okay? So in the same way, the poet tells us that couched in his kennel, okay? Couch means sleeping on your four legs, okay? You know how a dog sleeps, right? On his four legs or his four paws, okay? And he is fast asleep that he looks just like a log. With paws of silver sleeps the dog. So The paws of the dog are out of the kennel, and that's why the moon's reflection, okay, due to the moon's reflection, the paws look silver, okay. The paws means the lower part of the dog's feet where we have the nails, okay. So the reflection of the moon makes the paws silver. Then he says, from their shadowy coat the white breasts peep. Now if you notice, okay, in the olden days, many people like to keep doves, okay, doves. So they had small little houses for doves, maybe near their big house, okay. So from the little houses, the doves, okay, they're just peeping out, and the reflection of the moon, okay, on the dove's feathers makes the dove look silver, okay. These birds are actually white in color. They are a symbol of purity, okay. People, whenever we look at doves, doves are a symbol of purity, of friendship, okay. And the reflection of the moon makes the feathers of the dove look silver in color, okay. A harvest mouse goes scampering by. That means a field mouse, okay. A field mouse. You will even see field mouse in the bazaar, okay. Many people, they like to eat field mouse. Not me, okay. So a field mouse, it goes scampering means the running of the mouse is known as scampering, okay. Instead of saying the mouse is running, we are saying the mouse is scampering, okay. So a harvest mouse means a field mouse is scampering by, is running by. And again, okay, the reflection of the moon on the claws of the mouse. Again, the mouse has legs or feet, and the nail portion is known as its claws, okay. So that portion looks silver. Why? Because of the reflection of the moon, okay. And even the mouse's eyes look silver. Why? Again, because of the reflection of the moon, okay. And moveless fish in the water gleam. Now it's night time, so the fish are also resting. That's why they are not moving, okay. So the fish, they have scales, right? They have scales, and due to the scales, okay, the reflection of the moon on the scales make the fish look silver. By silver reeds in a silver stream. Again, okay, the grasses which grow near a river. If you ever go to Pagla Nadi or the Dhansiri, you will find long grasses growing near the river. These grasses are known as reeds, okay. And again, the reflection of the moon on the reeds, okay, make the reeds look silver. Clear? So this is a beautiful poem by Walter de Mare. It is known as Silver. I want you to read the poem once again before we go to the next slide, okay. Or you can also read it once we are done. Now, what does the poet describe, okay? Think about it. What does the poet describe? So we know that the poet describes a moonlit night, okay. The poet describes a moonlit night. How has the moon been described? The moon has been described as a person, right? The moon has been described as a person walking silently in her shoes at night, okay. This is, I have already told you this. The moon has been given human qualities. It has been described like a person, okay, walking in her silver shoes. Now, why has the moon been described as a person? Okay, the moon has been described as a person because the poet wants to make this poem more interesting. If the moon was just given the place of a moon, then it would not be interesting. So when we use personification, it makes the poem more interesting, and so the poet has given this human quality to the moon, okay. So why has the moon been described as a person? Okay, so we can say the moon can't walk as a person, but its movement in the sky has been described like that of a person, okay. The the poem wouldn't have been interesting if it was not described as a person. Okay, remember, when we describe or we have such a description, okay, we start making images in our mind. Okay, when we describe their actions, okay, we describe things as humans or as if it is done by humans. We call this as personification. Okay, and why do we use personification in poetry? We use it in poetry because we want to make the poem more interesting. Okay, so let's have a look at personification. Okay, so now what is personification? I've already told you, but this is the definition which you can remember. Okay, so personification is when you give human qualities and human characteristics to an object, an animal, or an idea. Okay, remember, when we give human qualities or human characteristics to an object, the moon is an object, it could also be an animal. Okay, in your movies, when your animal talks, that is, we are giving it personification. Okay, we are giving it a human quality because usually animals cannot talk. Okay, or an idea, then we call this as personification. Let's see some examples. The car danced across the icy road. Now, over here, danced is a human quality, right? Can a car dance? No. But when I mean danced, I mean it's an icy road. Most probably this car skidded. Okay, the car skidded on the icy road. But to make it more interesting, I'm saying the car danced across the icy road. The angry clouds marched across the sky. Now again, clouds is a non-living thing. It's an object. Okay, I'm giving it the characteristic of anger. When we have dark clouds in the sky which are moving across the sky, you can use this. You can say the angry clouds marched across the sky. The stars in the clear night sky winked at me. Have you ever seen stars in the night sky? You will find that they are winking at you. Okay, because they look as if they are winking at you. Go tonight and look at the sky. Look, okay, you may find angry clouds if you're lucky, or you may see winking stars. Okay, the stars in the clear night sky winked at me. The tulips nodded their head in the breeze. Now, tulips, okay, you can see in the picture, they have a long stem. So when they move, okay, when they move their heads, it looks like they are nodding. Okay, nodding again is a human characteristic. So you can say the tulips nodded their head in the breeze. Okay, these are just a few examples of personification. There are many more which you will learn in the later part, or you can say maybe the next class. Okay, so that's all for today. If you have any doubt regarding this topic, feel free to give me a call or to message me. Stay safe and happy learning. Bye bye.